How's it going, guys? Raf here. Totally unscripted video, but I wanted to address a question I get asked often, and that is, what do I bring on photo shoots? So I had a executive headshot session today on location. So you know what, I figured I have the gear here, I'm gonna unpack it. So instead of packing gear and showing you what I'm packing, I'll just unpack and show you what I brought. So today we were at an office up on the 43rd floor, corner room, lots of windows, basically all windows. And we needed to do some really professional executive headshots. So I'll take you through the gear that I brought, how I used it, and in hopes that it helps you on your next photo shoot. If you have any questions, just you know what to do, comment down below, and let's get to it. Well, I think this might be just the easiest thing. Here's the gear. What I've brought with me was 2 roller bags. They each contain different things. My Westcott X-Drop backdrop stand and 3 backdrop choices. And this ginormous golf bag. I don't even golf, but it comes in handy and I'll show you how. Let's start from the outside of the bag. I have an iPad. So basically, I love shooting into the iPad because it lets me see exactly what's going on, bigger screen, right? And of course the client gets to see as well what we're doing. So this allows me to do test shots and then we start shooting. Ultimately, I am shooting on the Sony system, so I do have the Creators app here, and that allows me to wirelessly just connect my camera to this. I have this on a stand, which I'll show you, and this lives beside me, and the client and I get to go through this in real time together at the shoot. They feel good about it, and I get a sign off that they're happy in the direction that we're going. So, iPad, water bottle, really important. Sometimes you can get water at photo shoots, sometimes you can't. So let's get into the bag here. So just random stuff, gels, a really cool and useful utility tool here. If the light stand falls apart or something. Some other stuff, little clips, pens, business cards, so on, lots of stuff. Lens cleaners, sensor cleaners, all that kind of stuff. The important things, cameras. We are going to show up with 2 cameras to our professional shoots. If this is a shoot where I'm getting paid and money's on the line and people's time is on the line, I'm bringing 2 cameras always shooting with one. One is there as a backup in case this one fries or I do something stupid and drop it in a pool or I don't know, whatever it is. Always a second camera body, which is great. In terms of headshots, my favorite headshot lens ever is the Sony 100 STF lens. Amazing lens. This is my favorite focal length. This is what I shoot 99% of my headshots with. Today I didn't use it, however, because I came prepared with a 7200, which of course gives me that 100mm range if I need it. But I wasn't sure exactly the crop they were wanting to do. I wanted to have the flexibility of being able to move in and out without moving my setup. So I chose to shoot with this lens, which is awesome. They were kind enough to give me a check on the spot, which is awesome. Love that. Very cool. I use Profoto, so Profoto remote. This is my Sony remote. I use this for all my lights. So this is the Pro Connect or Connect Pro. So that is with me. Now, if I have a backup of the cameras, I also have a backup remote. So I have a secondary remote that just sits here, just in case, extra batteries. And so I have extra camera, extra remotes, okay? So I have that. Mirror. So I have a mirror because sometimes there's no mirror for the people. Sometimes people are really picky. They really want to check everything out. So I bring this little portable mirror, and that helps everybody out and they appreciate it. I bring my a data color passport because I don't know if I'm going to be having to utilize some of the ambient light that's there or what's going on. So I never kind of leave it to chance. I always get my color and I create a custom profile so I'm able to make sure everything looked good and it's going to look good in the final photo. So this is the data color spider checker photo. Amazing piece of tool that I use. Bring my 24-70 everywhere I go because you never know. If you only bring a long focal length and suddenly they want a group photo with 20 people that you never talked about, you never know, just be ready. You can build them later, but at least you have the equipment. So 24-70 always with me. So I brought 3 lenses here. Nope, sorry, 4. I also brought the 85-1.4, so that's my backup lens. So I have the 100 with me, 7200, right, which I used. So I have 1 backup. I have an 85 just in case, and I have my 24-70 as a general all around. Extra batteries are kind of thrown around in here as well. Now this isn't pretty. I didn't organize any of this stuff in any specific way, but I've got 4 extra batteries because I was using 5 extra batteries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 extra batteries because I was using 5 lights. So I want to have these handy. I want to go searching in one of these bags later on. So batteries, extra batteries, which is very important. I did use 5 lights in this setup. I'll show you that. Extra memory cards in here, so they just live in the bag. I have a little light, okay, just in case it's not working. I don't think I even took that little battery thing off. Anyways, it's supposed to work. It's a little light, just to kind of let me see if I'm in a dark venue or whatever. I think that's about it for this camera bag. Let's go through the lighting bag. In here, I folded my suit jacket, so I'm not walking around like this. Yeah, everybody else is wearing suits, executives, right? So I brought just a little piece of nicer jacket, okay? I'm not gonna show this to you because it's not really that important. You can bring whatever jacket you like. So in here, a couple things. We've got 5 lights. I've got my Profoto B10X, Profoto B10X Plus. I've got 2 of these in here, just right beside each other. I got the protective caps on here, so in case things bang around. And then I have my B10X here. These are the pluses. These are the regular B10X. So I have those. I have 3 of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights total. Okay, so the way I used these was I took the big lights was for my fill light and my main light. And then I had an up light, so up light right below them to give me some filling in some of the shadows. I also had a background light, and then I had a kicker light. So that was my reasoning for 3 lights. I don't always shoot with 5 lights. So that's my reasoning for the 5. I don't always shoot with 5, but this was my setup. This packs nicely. At least I have 5 lights in the 1 bag. So
nice,
cool. This is the Westcott Drop Pro. So I'm not sponsored by Westcott or anything. I just bought this because I liked it. I actually bought this smaller version years ago and I sold it because I never used it. Now I'm doing a lot more headshots on location and stuff, so I bought this big one again. So I know it's hard to see, but you get the rods and stuff in here, and different black material, gray material, and the one I used was the white. So I used the white one today, and also try to make it super white without blowing it out for the backdrops that they wanted. So this is just a very cheap, inexpensive golf bag. I don't golf, so I don't know anything about golf or these bags really. It just seemed like a good idea because it would fit a lot of tall, even C-stands and other type of lighting. You can use any kind of bag. Plus you can use other pockets and things to help you carry your gear. And it's got wheels, which is awesome. So I did see this at a conference once. Somebody had a hard bag and I was like, this is awesome. And I just bought this cheap one, so it works. So let's see what's in here so you guys can have a quick peek. It's just an Amazon purchase, I think. Okay, now this ain't pretty. It's not supposed to be. Again, I throw things in there sometimes. Okay, I've got my Profoto strip box. So this is a 1x4 that I use for my kicker light. Got my softbox 4-foot Octa silver from Profoto. So I use that as my main light. It's a nice big light source, soft shadows. This is a Magmod XL sphere. which I do like to use for the background, to light up the background. It makes a nice even pattern or even circle and nice edges on that background. So I put that behind my subject if needed. So I did that today. And then I have a 1x3, the older OCF, not the quick connect ones. These are the ones with the speed ring that you need to put in here. It's okay, it's not too bad. So I brought that as this works for my up light. So working up and getting people some fill light. So you can use that, you can use a light, so you have ultimate control. You can use a balance. Westcott has this eye lighter. There's another newer, some Amazon brand of some cheaper reflective material. You can just use a reflector. I think Seth Miranda uses a pizza box or something. So you can do all kinds of things as long as you get some light. You can use just a foam board from Dollarama or Dollar Store and just put something underneath your subject to fill in those shadows and those eye bags and stuff like that. So all depends what you're trying to do, right? But I like the light because I can have it further away and I can still fill that light in. I can control it, ultimately control the amount, not just by moving the reflector closer or further. So I like to use this as my my reflector fill. So then for my actual fill light that's behind me during the shoots, I'm using the Umbrella Deep White Large Umbrella, which is really great, and I throw on the Umbrella L Diffusion. So this is going to be nice soft shadow side of the face. The shadows are going to be nicely, no specular highlights there. It's going to be nicely controlled. So that's going to look really good, usually. And then I do have these Manfrotto little background stands. I love these. These are pretty cool. They just unfold. And I just tightened these the other day. So these are pretty cool. And they do extend just up to here. So maybe 36 inches, 3 feet or so, maybe less. And they're great for just basically having them stand in the back. So I have one in the back for the background light, and as well one in the front for that fill light that I was just telling you about. So I have 2 of these in here. I have this iPad holder, so that's where the iPad's going to go on. iPad's also going to go in a little Manfrotto Nano stand. So that's going to live together beside me, and we're going to show the client the photos using this little setup, and that works quite well, and it's quite nice. So I'm just throwing stuff now. I do love using a tripod now. I'm older now, so I love tripods. I used to hate tripods, but I'm doing a lot of headshots these days, so it's nice to also have a tripod. Doesn't matter which one. This is a Vanguard or whatever. I have no idea. I don't really care too much about the tripod as long as it doesn't fall over. I'm pretty good and happy. But ultimately, I do like to use it because it allows me to have my hands free, and then I can go up and correct the collar. I can use my hands when I talk. I seem to be a hand talker these days, and so it just kind of it frees me up from holding a camera. Now, when I'm not using a tripod, if I was to move around, I'd be using a spider holster to have my camera on my side to free up my hands. But this is ultimately what I use. And then I have my master stands, Manfrotto master stands. They all clip together, which is really cool. So this is basically one unit. And it all packs nicely in here. So that's it. Seems like a lot of stuff. It kind of is. Not you don't need to bring all this stuff. Depends on what the type of lighting you want to create. I like ultimate control of my lights, and I like having 4 or 5 lights sometimes to really shape the shadows and just make the photos look really pro. So anyway, that's it. All right, so I thought I'd show you guys the raw file from the session and that lighting setup that I just showed, so that way you get a sense of kind of what was done. Now this is a raw file. Nothing was adjusted to this whatsoever other than the mystery box on the face. So yeah, basically you can see the results of what we did. That background is lighting up the back drop quite nicely. There is a bit of a change in brightness from the center to the corner. So I would have loved to have been able to just fill this space. And again, that's either bringing more lights in or having a little bit more space between the subject and the background. but that was not really possible based on where I was. So this is okay. We can make those adjustments if they want a pure white backdrop or background. So there is a nice highlight right here on this side of the face, which is great. Similarly, you can now have also a bit of a highlight on the edge of the jacket, which gives it a little bit more three-dimensional look. What's really nice too is that I'm getting a shadow under the chin, which is great, so we're not creating multiple chins. Anyways, hopefully that gives you an idea of what the resulting images were. So there you go. Hopefully that helps. If you have any questions about any of the gear or how it works together, just comment down below. Make sure you subscribe, guys. I've been kind of like on a roll here with YouTube videos and hopefully content that you guys find useful. And again, I'm just a working photographer and love to share kind of the behind the scenes of what goes on. So if this is helpful, please leave a kind comment down below. Give me a like or two. No, not two, because then it cancels the other one out. So just give me a like and a subscription, little icon thingy. Just, you know, do the thing that they tell you to do for YouTube videos. Thanks, guys. See you next time.